Hey, my name is Kairav, and this is my submission for uh, Module 4 Humans Factors in AI assignment. The assignment is basically stating that I have to select a topic, which basically do the task analysis on it, provide user experience design, privacy consideration, ethical consideration. My topic for this particular assignment is the same as I used in the second management for AI course. It's basically similar to that. So I work in a banking lending space where we have a set of investors who put in money in businesses, in small to medium sized businesses in USA. So what my proposal is to create a tool called as Autopilot, which is an investment bot which suggests investment opportunities to users to put in money into these businesses. So for task analysis, the name of the I would say the product would be Autopilot. Task analysis is basically what is a user trying to solve with the task. So the reason Autopilot will be good will be is because investors can manually assess opportunities. The bot will provide them the Autopilot will provide them investment opportunities based on the attributes they select. For example, they can select I want to invest in specific industry of the business. I want to only invest in business about which have revenue last 12 months revenue about $500,000 or $1 million. So this can basically customize the investment opportunities for a particular user based on the attributes they select. So this can also simplify risk basically. So the bot will also provide them a risk opportunity based on all the third party data that that we collect, and then giving them an score that ranking from 1 to 5, how risky is this business in terms of opportunity. The higher the risk, the more is the return, but it can give an idea to the user on what they want to go with. Basically the goal is that providing users based on their past investments uh, opportunities which can then maximize their overall ROI. That's so Autopilot is the product I would go with. For user experience design consideration, I would go with the user dashboard, basically displaying all the investment opportunities to a particular user. It can also, so for the user inputs, I would basically collect user preferences, as I said, about like if the user wants to just invest in a business which is, let's say, from telecom sector, these are the attributes I want to collect. Like for example, revenue. The user only wants to invest in companies from a particular state in US. So these are the attributes I will collect, from the user. From transparency side, it is important that we provide some kind of a confidence interval to the user. So basically simplifying AI model, providing confidence interval to the user based on each of these suggestion. Uh, we can also show what are the attributes that goes into the model. For example, the sales made by the business, which are the top selling SKUs, what is the 12 months revenue of the business and all that. Communicating uncertainty, we can provide as I said, a confidence interval. We can provide the best, worst and average outcome. So if, let's say, if a user wants to invest in a particular business, that's a suggestion by the model. If the investments does not get recovered or just gets recovered until the break even point, what is the impact of those failed investments or successful investments on their overall portfolio? So we can, you can have some forecasting ability, some kind of best, worst and average outcome that you can display on the user dashboard to the user. Feedback loop. Feedback loop is basically collecting, you know, I would say, information from the user so that it does not recommend something that the user doesn't want. So I would say suggesting users with higher revenue business or business from industries user has not participated in, so that they can diversify that portfolio. So these are important. For feedback loop, it is important to consider we take feedback from all the users investment past opportunities and then customize it based on the each individual user. So that is also very very important. So I've also mentioned all the definitions here for all user input transparency. What does it mean? So just to give a reference point on why I'm considering these points. Fair information practices, I would say, uh, when it comes to privacy, I've broken down this into following four high level, you know, points. So for rights of individual, it consists of notice, choice of consent, data access. So this is basically providing a consent form to the user when they are logging in or signing up for the platform. Making sure that okay, these are the information we will collect from you about you, so that we can provide you suggestions. So basically, like not full transparency, but some sort of a transparency and ability to access that uh, on the user dashboard. Controls, I would say it is important that we display on the user dashboard with the ability to update and delete it. So basically, what I mean to say, if the user is providing certain data about their age, about their income, the user can come in anytime, delete that information, and or update it, like connecting their bank account, sort of. So basically, giving necessary controls to the user to update and delete their information collected by the tool. Uh, then information life cycle, I mean collections and use and retention, again this gets covered in the consent form and controls. What also we want to update any sort of new data we are collecting by providing a notice to the user before, and that will be collecting these data from you, or we are already collecting this data from a third party provider. Management of privacy information, I would say, protecting user data, it is very important that, since we are into financial sector, it is important that we have protocols, security practices to protect user data, because we are collecting credit score of the user, we are collecting bank data which we will need to suggest users then investment opportunities. So it is important we have protocols, uh, we have certain roles within the platform, within the company, to make sure not everyone has access to all the information. So this is necessary that we protect user data. And lastly, bias, talking about ethical AI system. uh, I would say, we can break it down into three major points, which is fairness, accountability, and transparency. uh, just making sure I'm recording. Yes, I'm recording. For fairness, I would say, model preferring certain industries. One of the bias can be the model can only suggest certain industries to a particular user they have not participated in. The model can only consider, user data, and not all the market data. So it is important, it is a combination of both, that we also consider user data, user investment in the past, and also what's happening in the market. Certain industries might not be performing in the market, so we don't want to basically suggest that to the user. This can be avoided by, as I said above, also that it is necessary that we consider market data as well as all the user data, and then customize it at the user level when providing investment opportunities. Accountability. uh, it is important that we have a log, a database log of all the model recommendation to a particular user, so that we know, we can troubleshoot it, we can make sure what date and time we have suggested something to the user, just for the security and accountability purposes. If sometimes in the future we might get into some legal issues, we have this logs maintained. Transparency, this also is similar to what I said about, in transparency in user design, it is important to show and provide confidence interval. We can show as much amount of data, their investments related to each business, everything should be displayed to the user, which they can download in a CSV file, or in their own BI tool or somewhere. So yeah, that's my submission for, human factors in AI assignment. My product will be Autopilot, which is basically an investment suggestion tool for a particular user in a lending company, in a financial technology lending company. Thank you.